This is Art Beltrone again, and I'm sitting across from Mike Chimeri. Mike, thank you for being with us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
60th anniversary of WCWP.
Yes, and I've been here for 20 of those 60.
That's wonderful. So you graduated what year?
I graduated in 2004.
Okay, when you came here, what was your intent as far as a major?
I didn't have a major for my first year. I was undeclared, and then in the spring of 2000, for the fall semester, I chose broadcasting.
Why?
And because I had been doing home audio and video radio shows, as it were, with my cousin Chris, who's now an attorney, by the way, and he's a graduate of Post as well. But he didn't work at the radio station. He graduated, I believe, in 2008. And then got his law degree from Toro. But anyway, so that was what led me into broadcasting. I was more involved initially with the TV end of the CW Post Television, PTV. I came to the station meeting in September 2000, and I was intimidated. So it wasn't until in the spring of 2001 I had Dan Cox, who's now the director of broadcasting here, and he would get that position after the spring of 2002. Judy Kramer was the director at the time that I started here, and I took intro to radio production, I believe it was, with Dan, and then the next semester, which was it was in the shadow of 9/11. I think it was the day before I came in, and he told Dr. Kramer that Mike has a great set of pipes, and so it took a few weeks, but I finally started. October 5th, 2001 was my first show, the maiden voyage of the Mike Chimeri Show. I called it the Mike Chimeri Show. And it was on web radio WCWP, which today is known as The Wave. I can see the logo from where I'm sitting. And did that from 2001 until 2004. And it was actually... my last semester here was fall 2003, but I continued hosting from January until May, and then I moved on to, well, I should say the name of the Mike Chimeri Show. I was the thing I did with my cousin Chris. It was the Chris and Mike Chimeri Show, so it was just the Mike Chimeri Show. But back then you didn't have to have some idea of what your show is about in the name, so that's where Instrumental Invasion came from. And actually, I got that name when I went to my next place, WGBB, which transmits out of Freeport, which is where I grew up initially before moving to Wantagh in 1993.
And was that a paid job at WGBB?
No, it was the opposite. It was brokered programming, so it was $250 for 1 hour. Oh. So I did a 1 hour show, The Instrumental Invasion. I didn't drop the until I started calling my homecoming weekend shows Instrumental Invasion with Mike Chimeri. But I'm getting ahead of myself, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm going all over the place.
That's okay. That's okay, because you love it. You love what you do.
I do love what I do, and I love all the other things that I've been doing for WCWP over the years, photographing all the alumni events, including Homecoming Weekend, which we just got off of on today's Monday. Well, at least that's when it'll air. I actually, coming into this year, I was a little anxious about what to expect, but so far, everything turned out great, I should say, because, well, I don't want to give too much away about where I am and when, but anyway.
Yeah, that's good. But what is it that made you to continue? What was the internal broadcasting radio that makes you do what you did and what you continue to do?
Well, I think it just... I felt most at home here, more so than than PTV. I've remained involved with WCWP over the years. Except for like a year and a half after I left Evening Jazz, which was a format we had Monday to Thursday, and I did Tuesday to Thursday, and then I did Thursday. But ever since 2011, I have documented every homecoming weekend and every Hall of Fame ceremony except for 2016 because I had a conflict up in Connecticut. My friend Jay Rowe, a musician, hosts the benefit concert called Smooth Jazz for Scholars, and I couldn't make it that day. I was in the hotel in Milford editing pictures from the night before during the ceremony. I wish I could have been there because Joe Honerkamp was there, and love that guy.
And you do have a very good set of pipes. So
thank you.
You're behind the board right here. Or you're
yes,
on the
I
board.
am, and I haven't been behind this board in. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I recorded my show from 2015 to 2019. I had two shows. I did a live show and I did a pre-recorded show. And in 2015, but before 2015, 2010 was when I did Evening Jazz here, except the console was, the studio was set up differently. So, but I was going to say January 2007, but no, I remember 2010 with Evening Jazz, and then pre-recorded some shows in here. But yes, 2015, I pre-recorded, before I started doing it from home, I pre-recorded my show in here, where I'm sitting, and in Studio One, and I did the other show at the live show. In fact, I was the first one on the air, the leadoff hitter. I said, right from where I sit.
So, the skill that you need to do what you're doing on the board. Is that something you learned here, or
it's
when you were?
It's something I learned here, and it also just from practice at home. But certainly the skills are something I acquired here for audio editing and also for video editing with the TV side. Actually, linear and non-linear, with VHS tapes, and also mini DV. Before everything is all digital now. Everything's on SD cards and micro SD since 2011.
Mike Chimeri, thank you so much for everything you have done.
I hope I made sense. I seem to go all over the place.
Let me finish, though, for everything you did and everything you continue to do because of your love for WCWP.
Thank you very much.